So let's move into sales page template. Super simple that I'm going to be showing here. Let me close a couple tabs so that we can kind of clear a couple things out. But let me show you what we've got here. Can everybody see your screen right now? That I'm inside of what we call ClickFunnels? Okay, so I'm inside of ClickFunnels, and how many of you are ClickFunnels users? If you're not, that's okay. So here's what I wanted to do. Not only did I want to show you the sales page and kind of how this all kind of comes together, but if you're a ClickFunnels user, I'm going to give you the link where you can just import this into your account and have everything, even my example pages, just go straight to your account. Okay? So, not that you have to have it, but I will give you a link on your resource page, which it's actually right here, where you can go preview the example pages. You can preview some of these example pages. You can click here to import the example pages right into your account. Plus, if you're using survey stuff, just some things that we recommend to use, okay? But let me show you these things first. So this is basically the template. How many of you have seen something that looks like this before? It's our basic sales page template that we use over and over again. Why am I giving it to you guys? I'm giving it to you guys because I want you to have something that is proven to convert. Proven to convert. So at the top of this page, we've got some links. If you click this, it'll go to different areas on this page. But the idea here is you want to talk about the main benefit that you're going to deliver to them every month in your headline. Does that make sense? So I want something to ready to stop. I don't use OP2. You feel free to take my templates and build them inside of what you've got, Sally. But there you go. Okay? Feel free to take this and build it inside, do what you got to do. But with ClickFunnels, we can push it right over to you. But feel free to use the template. So, yeah, you should be able to copy this into anything where you can build pages and you can kind of drag and drop. So that's the nice part. And cool, once you build it, by the way, guys, and your other stuff, if you don't want to use ClickFunnels, which I highly recommend, if you don't want to use ClickFunnels, though, build it once and template it so you can build it again. Like, that's what we do. So just a little aside tip here. So like I said, section number 3 here, we're diving in, and the main benefit. I like something to the effect of, are you ready to stop being behind and you want someone to do this for you? I like the do you want someone to do this for you angle. We provide top-notch, whatever your name of service is, so you don't have to worry about it. Because with a lot of folks that are jumping in and they're becoming a part of your memberships, what are they really looking to save? With information you can provide from Fiverr folks or from any outsourcers, what are they looking to save? The main benefit's going to be time, isn't it? A lot of times it's time. Instead of you having to look all over for this or you to do all these things, we're going to save you time. So be really focused on this. Now, what is this picture? What is this picture? And let me just go back to our t-shirt example so you can see it. We're just something that we're actually putting in front of them, right? Something that we actually put in front of them, and it's like a picture. And then we've got our pricing down here. Now, what do I like to put in here? This next section. I like having a picture of the person behind the business. Do you think that's important? Do you think that's important to have your picture there? Some of you, that may make you uncomfortable. But do you think it's important to have your picture there? Why? Why is it so important to have your real picture there? Because people, number one, want to see who they're working with. But if you're a quality control person, they need to understand there's a real person sitting back there taking care of them, right? Now, I made it small, but you can make it as big as you want in here. But put it there and put your name and put that you're the founder of whatever this company is. So whatever you call your membership, make sure they know you're the founder of it. Okay? Now, this next step is what I call the how it works section. This is a little different. With most sales pages, you're going to see what? With most sales pages, this is where you've got your feature benefit section, right? This is what you get section. Everybody understand that? With a membership, I like doing a how does this work, and then I love giving them a step-by-step as to how we're delivering what we promised. See the difference there? It's still a feature benefit section, really. It's still a feature benefit, but way back when I was a chiropractor, I learned something that was very powerful. You know why most people don't refer to other practitioners in the medical field? I'll bring it back to as how this relates here in a couple minutes. You know why most people don't refer their patients out to other doctors? It's not that they're scared to lose them. They know they're good. It's not that they're scared to lose them. Why do they not refer them out? Hopefully this will open some of your eyes as to how you can sell better too. You know why they don't refer out? It's nothing legal. It's not that they don't trust the other person. Of course they're not going to refer if they don't trust them. But you know what the real reason they don't refer out a lot of times is? It's because they don't know how to tell their patient to get there. How stupid is that? Go with me on this. It's not about location. It's not about location, but how many of you would not send your brother somewhere if you didn't know the procedure? Like, think about it like this. I would not send my patient to a new office if I didn't know how to give them the step-by-step of what happened when they walked into that office. Because in my office, I can control everything, right? I can make them feel at home. But what if I send one of my patients that I've worked my butt off to help, and I send them to another office and it's a bad experience? Maybe the doctor's good, but their whole experience is bad. Like from the time they walk in, do you guys understand that? So the idea here is when I referred a patient over, I would never refer a patient to anyone unless I had gone to the office and they walked me through the process of what happens when someone walks through the door and the step-by-step to get back to the doctor's office. Now, the other doc, we got some chiropractors on this call, by the way. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Now, let me ask you one more thing. How does it apply to this? If someone is signing up for a service where they're going to pay monthly, is that a little bit of a higher barrier of entry than just the one-time payment? What do you think? Is it a little harder to get a monthly? You want to know why? Because people don't know the procedure. There's more to it. So giving them a step-by-step tells them exactly what's going to happen the second they sign up, and then what's going to happen every month after. Does that make sense now why we do step-by-step rather than just a here's section 1, section 2, section 3? So if you go back to this t-shirt spy service, step 1, every month our team does deep research on the top selling shirts and compiles a private list. We dig deep into all this. As soon as we compile the list, we move on to step 2 where the real magic happens. We have our design team create designs based on the best sellers. You don't have to worry about this. We design 2 versions of each winning design so you'll have more choices. Step 3, you take our research and design and start selling the shirt for yourself every month. Now, what would make this a little bit better? What would make this, one thing I could add to this page, which you should do, that would make this a little bit better? Every month on the 15th, we're going to deliver this. Does that make it even easier to wrap your mind around when you're getting what you signed up for? So keep that in mind. Be very cognizant of when you're delivering and how you're delivering. Make sure to walk them through step by step. Okay, so everybody follow that part. And deliver on time, exactly. Now the last portion is The last portion is not really the last portion, but it's one of the portions, is an area where we're going to have testimonials from our customers. Now, when you first get started, you're not going to have testimonials, are you? So you can wipe this section out and not have it. Okay? Now, there's one thing I want to make sure that I want to add here that I don't have on this page, but it's important. It didn't save for some reason. What do you think is the next thing that I'm going to put on this page down below this area? And I'll make sure by the time that you guys get your resources, it's added in. What's the one thing I'm going to add to this when it's all said and done? Of course, legal stuff. But how about a frequently asked questions section? Remember when we were back in part 1 of this and we were doing our forum research and our Facebook group research? You want to do a frequently asked questions section that is going to help you answer any other questions that don't really fit into the copy up here. And I'll make sure that we've got this on the template by the time you guys get it. Sound good? Cool. So that way you've got questions, and trust me, that's going to increase your conversions in a big way with this type of thing. So for some reason that didn't save on here, but I'll make sure you guys have it in your examples from the resources. So is that pretty simple? Does everybody understand kind of the copy? And I've got you a couple examples to look at. Does everybody really get that? And kind of what you're supposed to do with the sales letter? Good. Good. Any questions about the sales page stuff before we move on? Like I said, I'm going to pass this to you. Just go in and knock it out. You can use the examples to build yours. Super simple. Okay, cool. How does your funnel look for this? A lot of times, Jason, I don't have a funnel. This is the one thing I'm selling. If I have a lot of customers come in at a $99.95 or a $19.95, then I might look to add pieces to the funnel, right? Yep. And yeah, Paul, you could add those things, but you don't have to. Of course, it'll help, but yeah. Okay, so are we good with sales letter? Are we good with sales letter before we move on to the next section? By the way, as I said, resources, you'll get some of this stuff. Now, one last thing on sales letter stuff. How do you take payment? Who wants to know payment stuff? Yeah, I use MoonClerk because it's such a good service to actually do recurring. So MoonClerk basically is this. For those of you that don't know what MoonClerk is, MoonClerk integrates with Stripe. Okay, it integrates with Stripe. Stripe basically allows you to take credit card payments and it deposits into your account very quickly. Okay, but Stripe needs a system to tell it what to do. And MoonClerk is the system that's basically built for recurring payments, okay? Basically built for recurring payments. So would you like for me to show you how to set one of these up real quick inside of MoonClerk? This is an account we use for testing. No real live transactions go through it. Let's go into forms. Let's create a form. And we would basically just give it the title of our membership. So my awesome membership. Description. Every month we deliver my awesome thing. So whatever your awesome thing is, give them every month we deliver their 10 t-shirts, blah, blah, blah. And then we're going to do specific amounts, and I'm going to say $19.95 or whatever. Okay. $19.95, no additional fee. We're going to set this to recurring. We're going to set our recurring options. We're going to do monthly. And I'm going to recur on the day the payer checks out. Now you could say I'm going to recur on a certain day, whatever, but we're going to do the day the payer checks out so that it's every time. No, we don't do any one-click upsells on this. This is a standalone. If you want to get into that stuff, you're going to have to use a different system. I'm just trying to keep it as basic as possible on this one, okay? If you're thinking about one-click upsells, you probably already have a system in mind that's going to do this. Am I right? If you're thinking about those things, you probably already use a system that does that, and just go use that system. Simple. But I like this for the simplicity of it all. Okay, now you can include an upfront amount. So how many of you have ever been a part of membership where you have to pay $300 to get in, and then it's $99 a month after that? I have, something like that. So you can do that one-time upfront amount and then a monthly. So let's say you had a product and you wanted to charge, hey, here's $500 plus you also get in this, okay? Yep. So we're going to go in. Now, here's the thing. We want a confirmation, or you can redirect to a thank you page. I built in a thank you page for you guys in here. We've got an example to it. So you can take them directly from the payment to a URL here. It will also send them what? It will also send them an email. John says, why not PayPal? John, you can absolutely use PayPal if you want to. John, I don't like the recurring options in PayPal because they get a little wonky. They only allow you to do recurring for so long, which for most cases is just fine. But I like the credit card model when we're doing recurring. That's just my personal preference because of the limitations I've seen in PayPal. I think they're probably working on those though. So I'm not trying to tell you guys what payment system to use. If you got one that you're comfortable with, go use it. I just wanted to give you what I think is the easiest option if you're not used to something, okay? So this is going to send them automatically where they need to go. If you need them to fill out a form, where should you take them? You should take them to a thank you page that links to a form. We use SurveyMonkey. We use a few things like that. Where is a case where you might need a form after your thank you page? What's a case where you might need them to fill out a form? If you're doing more of the high ticket specialized stuff, right? You may need to know their press release information. You may need to know this stuff. So tell them what to do after they buy. Send them to a form if they need to. You can enable coupons, all that cool stuff, and then we click save and finish. Let me see what I screwed up here. Let's just display a message. Congrats. I'm not going to put it in a thank you page. So save and finish. Now it's going to give you a page like this. You click the use button. The use button, and it's going to give you a link. By the way, if you want to integrate with a autoresponder, you can put them in here. So let's say we're doing our low tickets type thing. I can iterate with like a get response or something like that. There's other integrations too you can do here. But there you go. And then I jump over to my page and I'm wanting to edit it. I would just put this link inside for my button and it's going to take them to a page that looks like this. Make sense? I don't think you guys want to see much more of that, but I wanted to show you what we're using anyway.